Hello and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a very long time since I've actually sat down and talked to you guys, just straight up video. So I thought it'd be a good time to do that. I got a little bit of free time this weekend, so I'll be hoping to record a few videos now and put them out there the weekend and start getting into off-season form, which oddly enough, I think is almost easier to make videos in the off-season than it is while we actually have stuff going on because I just like watching the games obviously so much. So I had a few things going on. We'll have a BCS podcast coming out soon. I think I'm recording that either tomorrow or Saturday, Sunday. I think I'm recording this on Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. So I hope to get out tonight. Going to the Michigan football game or basketball game tonight, so I'm sure that'll go well. But we've had some updates to the trophy collection. Got a nice rose here. Went out to the Rose Bowl. Obviously, Michigan took care of business. Great job by Michigan there. It was an unbelievable experience. I was able to go out there and be with all the Michigan people. Only cried a bit, obviously, because we had more work coming up the week after, in which we did. In between that, we did not get Bryce Underwood to commit to Michigan, which I thought we might have had a slim chance at. But a lot of money is hard to turn down, along with the uncertainty around Michigan's coaching future, which, oh boy, we'll have some videos on that going forward. But um, yeah, we ended up winning the Rose Bowl. Great job there. And then I was also fortunate enough to go to the national championship game with my grandfather and my uncle and my cousin and my other uncle, my other aunt. Those guys were in different spots though, but I was primarily with my uncle, my grandfather, excuse me, next to me. So great to be with him. He got me into Michigan football since I was a super young guy. While I don't have any direct ties to Michigan, technically speaking, he's my tie to Michigan. I went to the game with him growing up. Actually got a great Christmas gift from my aunt. A photo of me and my grandfather at the Michigan State game where we kicked their ass. So thank you, Anisi, for that. But yeah, other than that, a lot of stuff's going on. Obviously, this is a quick little channel update, nothing like super in depth. I'm going to have a few videos coming out soon. Talk about the Michigan offense, Michigan defense. I guess we can just quickly talk about who's gone, who's left, what happened there. So we have our starting offense, right? Quarterback, JJ McCarthy, gone. Fair enough, right? Running back, Blake Corum, gone. Fair enough. Jack Tuttle, I believe, is gone. I think they said he might get a waiver back. He wouldn't start. He said he could be on the staff. I think he didn't get it, though. I don't think they're really in the business of giving out those waivers like that. I know a bunch of kids haven't really gotten them, so I think he's gone. Fullback / tight end Max Bredesen, he is back. Tight end 1, Colston Loveland, is back. That's good. AJ Barner is gone. He declared for the draft and the Senior Bowl. Good luck to him. Offensive line. This is where it gets kind of fun. Right tackle, Carson Barnhart, and also right guard. He is a graduate. He graduated and declared for the draft. Trente Jones, the backup right tackle, declared for the draft. Zach Zinter declared for the draft. Drake Nugent declared for the draft. Trevor Keegan declared for the draft. Ladarius Henderson declared for the draft. So the entire offensive line and our backup, that's 6 there. So we're at 8 players right now. 9, excuse me, have left already. Roman Wilson and Cornelius Johnson both declared for the draft, so that's less than ideal. But again, obviously happy for these kids. Hope they do absolutely wonderful at the next level. We did bring in a transfer. I forgot the kid's name already. I'll quickly look that up. But while we're doing that, a few other people have transferred out. I guess we can just quickly pull up the transfer rankings. Probably the easiest thing to do there. Let's see here. As for our coach, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on with him, with Jim. I don't even know if Jim knows what he wants to do, but as of right now, got a text last night saying it was basically a done deal. So we'll see if it actually ends up being the case. I'm still holding out hope, but it is what it is. They had some interesting interviews today, and if it's a done deal, then I wonder why they're interviewing other people. Vrabel was an interview today. I know they're interviewing Ben Johnson and Dan Quinn in the next day or two. So maybe you could just say they're doing their due diligence, I guess. But if it's a done deal, you would really think that maybe you wouldn't be doing that. But a few other people have hopped in the portal recently, which again, I'll do a portal video coming up soon because my goodness, it's gone crazy. I mean, with Michigan beating Alabama in the Rose Bowl and Washington in the national championship game, Washington's coach now obviously is the Alabama coach after Saban retired. Crazy stuff going on. You know what I mean? It's just Michigan, technically ended the Saban era at Bama, um, and ended the DeBoer era at Washington. I know the latter isn't nearly as close as the former, but um, it is what it is. Sorry, computer's going really slow. I'm trying to keep everything going here. But yeah, we brought in 2 transfers, I know for sure. On defense, we did bring in Jayshon Barnum. And then, yeah, Josh Preeb is the guard. So we can quickly look at that. Josh Preeb's coming in for everyone leaving. But I'll do a full offensive breakdown going forward. I don't want to steal the thunder of that video. But when you look at the other people that have left, I just had it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Amarion Walker yesterday, I believe, declared entered the portal and committed to Ole Miss. Darius Clemens left for Oregon State. He kept saying it's his home. I don't think he's from there. Let's see where he is. If it will load for me. I know he really didn't get much run. I really wanted him to. I think everyone on Michigan wanted him to do it. Oh, he is from Portland, Oregon. There you go. Makes a lot of sense. Never mind. Disregard completely. Cam Calhoun didn't play much. He went to Utah. CJ Stokes had a bit of a falling out, apparently. He went over to Charlotte with Coach Biff. So good to see him there. And then Sam Starch entered the portal. Jake Thaw entered the portal. Matt Hibner entered the portal. Just a bunch of backup guys. No one really of major note. I guess you could technically say a bit of a big note when it comes to Marion Walker, as he was, I think, a backup. So, but other than that, really interesting to see what happens with the whole front office situation, I guess you could call it, with Jim Harbaugh's negotiations. Likely would bring Minter with him to LA. He obviously interviewed with Atlanta as well. That seemed like it was a formality to help out McDonald get the job, but it does seem like Bill Belichick is going to be the coach over there in Atlanta. But when you look at what's going on with Michigan, you'd probably have Sharon be the head coach, and not probably, that's a guarantee, right? You would have Kirk Campbell be the offensive coordinator, which is very interesting because he's not a traditional Michigan type guy, but he's been recruiting our quarterbacks like Carter Smith and the other kid. I forgot the other guy that we're trying to get in, McIntyre maybe, but Carter Smith for sure. Big Kirk Campbell guy. He's been down there a lot, but he was our OC during the ECU game where we slung it all over the field, and it was pretty cool. So I think the biggest question is, what do we do at quarterback? I'll do an offensive video, and I'm going to do a video where we talk about the core position, especially. I think there's some good internal options and obviously some external options out there that people aren't even thinking about, and some that are pretty obvious. So we'll do that. We'll do a full defensive breakdown because everyone came back in terms of defense. I guess we can even add that on there. Who came back? Khalil Mullings is back. Donovan Edwards is back. When you talk about the defense, pretty much everyone comes back. You lose Mike Sainristil, you lose Mike Barrett, you lose who else? Jalen Harrell, Chris Jenkins, Junior Colston, and Braden McGregor. But now you've got a front four of Derek Moore, Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, and Josiah Stewart, who importantly, Josiah Stewart also came back, which is huge. Then you look at your linebackers, right? You've got Ernest Hausman coming in, and you've got Barnum, the transfer from Maryland. So you've got 2 good shots there. In terms of corners, Josh Wallace has gone as well. A kid from Arizona just entered the portal today. He's something to look at. And then another kid entered the portal, who's Ali McCommit. We just lost his recruitment. We were number 2 in his recruitment. He was enrolled at Alabama for, I think, 8 days. And then obviously left after that. And then you look at our safeties. Makari Page did come back along with Rod Moore, so you bring both of them back. And then Keon Saab, who had one of the best things I've ever seen, one of the best games in the national championship game. He's back. Might be a Mikey Sainristil replacement. I think he could be. Potentially McBurrows, who's been playing really well in backups. And then you obviously got Will Johnson, top 10 pick, All-American preseason and, all conference everything type player. Him with our D tackles, obviously he's the heart of the defense. Derek Moore did a lot last year. I would imagine to go look for an edge or two. Obviously, the recruiting class coming in is 1 billion edges, so that helps. But overall, we can look at the defense more going forward. But I'm very impressed with what's going on with the defense. But who's going to be coaching them is a big question. If you can bring Harbaugh and Minter back, this team's a lot better than you're really going to think it is. There has been some early lines out I'll quickly see if I can get them up quickly. I should be able to here. Let's see. Um, I know they obviously opened with Fresno State. Should be an easy win. Then they play Arkansas State. I'm skipping the big Texas game, obviously. Arkansas State they play should be another easy win. It's interesting, like, because you look at Michigan's schedule, it's obviously much tougher. I would say there's like 7 pretty good wins. You're going to play USC at home. I think that should be a game you should be able to take care of. A few tricky games would be like Illinois on the road, maybe. I don't think that's that tricky, but it's a game that, you got to pay attention to. Obviously, every game you got to pay attention to, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. Let's see. Michigan Wolverines here on a FanDuel. There should have been some odds out. I think we were a 1.5 dog to Texas, I believe. Yeah, let's see here. Michigan American football. Yep, Texas, Michigan, we were 1.5 point underdog, so that's very interesting. I think Texas is bringing a lot back, still losing a lot, but bringing back their quarterback and their coach and all their staff, so that's important. Michigan at Washington, 11.5 point favorite Michigan, going against former Michigan coach Jedd Fisch, or former coach of coaching at Michigan, coaching at Michigan. Jedd Fisch is now out there. He went from Arizona to Washington. Then the Ohio State game's the other game out there. Didn't have an Oregon line. I'd imagine we're probably like a 2-point underdog to Oregon, similar to the Texas game. And then Michigan, Ohio State. Michigan is a 6-point underdog to Ohio State. Probably makes sense. Obviously, 3 points on the road, so it would be a 3-point dog at the neutral field. I guess it makes sense. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased with being a Michigan guy, but Ohio State has a really good roster coming in, and I'm excited actually to break down their roster going forward because I have no problem talking about Ohio State. They got one of my favorite players out there, Judkins. You can look back at my video talking about top running backs in the country, and I had him up there with Travion. So they have 2 of the top 10 in the country, in my opinion. Running backs. Obviously helps. They brought in Will Howard. I don't want to get into it too much and spoil the video, but yeah, you know what it is. I think everyone knows kind of what's going on over there at Ohio. Seems like a last dance vibes for them as well. They're bringing in every staffer on the planet. They're trying to get all these transfers, trying to get everyone in on the same page to finally beat that team up north, which is obviously my beloved Michigan Wolverines. So that's pretty much all we have for this video. Just want to do a quick, where I've been, what's been going on. Obviously awesome to watch the championship game and win with my grandfather and my little cousin, my uncle, and another uncle. And then, the Rose Bowl with my mother was awesome. My best friend Isaac was out there with his mother. And then our other cousin, and other uncle and aunt from California were out there. It was their 2 little cousins, their first game as well, along with 3 of our little cousins in our extended family had their first college game be either the Rose Bowl or the championship game. So good for them. They didn't have to suffer through the App State and Toledo games and, look at the other video I did, the black and white intro, the Michigan Journey video to the championship, where it was like all the worst losses ever. Guy that really hurt doing that. I texted my boy Isaac and I was like, yo, Isaac, like, what are the worst games ever? And we just went off and rattled like 30 games in a row where it was like bad game, bad game, bad game. Oh my goodness, it feels so good to get past that into now. So again, that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.